Okay, that really depends. I would not do strengthening until you can reset your resting tension, or in other words, be able to recognize what a lengthened position is, be able to decrease that resting tension on a regular basis through breath work, through hip opening, pelvic floor opening, decreasing those habits of butt gripping and ab gripping throughout the day, and cultivate the awareness to fully lengthen on an inhale, contract on an exhale, and go back to a lengthened resting position after a contraction. Because if you're just going to add strength and you're going to contract and not be able to reset again, I think that's where people get into trouble. However, I do also feel that sometimes we need to add the strengthening in that coordinated manner. So it's really important to grasp the coordination, because I do feel that when people are just hit this roadblock, is it perhaps that they have this weakness of their hips and glutes that they need to improve so the pelvic floor can relax. I've actually gotten a lot of messages from you guys about these. So if you saw my stories yesterday, you know I don't wear real diamond earrings. I tell my husband to take them back, and I buy these fake guys. I usually either get them at Target or Amazon. These are Kate Spade from Amazon, so I'll throw the link in there. I just wear them all the time. They're super easy, and if I end up losing like one pair, or like one side of them, which usually happens every couple years, then I just buy a new pair somewhere. All right, this may take a couple frames. So I went to pelvic PT after my second, and I had like 3 or 4 visits, and she was lovely. She was like, you need to go home and work on this stuff. And I, like a normal human being, didn't see results. And so I was like, I think I did too much damage after my first, and now I've had another. They're 16 months apart. Like, I'm probably just, too far gone. So I didn't really keep up with my stuff. I was not diligent. Then I had William, and I did go to pelvic floor PT, and I worked on my stuff, and again, I was just kind of I just didn't know that I was seeing improvement. And then one day I had a lot of pelvic heaviness and feelings of falling out, and I examined myself, and I called my mentor, and she's like, go ahead, send me a video. So I did. So I sent Jen a video, and she's like, it looks like a 2, don't worry about it, but you might want to go see a Urogyne. And I'm intense. I'm sure you guys can tell that, right? So I freaked out. I did. I was like, oh my gosh, now I really have to do something. So I went to this Urogyne. He was awful. He put gigantic pessaries in me that were horrible and did nothing. And anywho, so that was really my turning point, where I was like, I need to do something about it. Leaking is one thing, but I'm not paying attention to it at all, right? I'm compensating with pads. That's still putting downward pressure on my system. So when I got diligent with including my pelvic floor in everything I was doing, that is when I saw all my changes. So no, I don't have any symptoms of prolapse. It never bothers me. I don't self-check. It's still there. I did one time, and it seemed to sort of improve. It is still there. It never, ever, ever bothers me. If you're pressing on the perineum to support a bowel movement, that sometimes signifies prolapse. It's actually sometimes what we teach people to compensate, to provide that upward support as they're doing some gentle bearing down with good breath technique, and with the stool. But if you're talking about inserting and splinting the rectum, that is a rectocele, which is not rectal prolapse. It is the form of it. Rectal prolapse is when it actually comes in on itself. A rectocele is when the rectum comes forward.